Wow. So, 5 degrees today. Not the coldest yet. The coldest was yesterday with 4 and -2 in the air temperature. But it's getting pretty cold. But I'm feeling good about it. It's really helping and boosting my energy when I do it. So I'm loving the well of wellness. And I think we're up to episode 6 now. So today I'd like to talk about hope. Hope. Such an important topic. And my microphone is going to actually take a dip as well, which wouldn't be good for it. I'm trying to increase my production values here a little bit. Better sound quality and better camera. So let's see how we go. So hope, such an important topic. It was requested by one of our watchers last week. And hope has played a really important part in my journey and many others who I know from the Inside Out Leaderboard have found hope in their journey of recovery. And I think when we talk about hope, it's important to talk a little bit about loss of hope and that sense of futility when we feel things are always going to be as difficult as they are with depression or other mental health challenges. For me, the darkest part of my journey was when I'd lost hope, when I felt that it was futile, when it was always going to be this difficult. And what I've learnt and the advice I would give my 30-year-old self that was experiencing that loss of hope and a form score of 1 out of 10 is that there is always hope. There is absolutely always hope. Things can and will improve. We might need some professional help. We might need the help from our friends. We'll certainly need time and effort. And it seems like we don't have the capacity for that effort at times. But things can and will improve. So anyone that's really struggling right now that happens to be watching this, I want you to know there is always hope. Don't feel like it's futile. Just keep trying one small step at a time. So the thing that I found, and I talk a lot about this, that I found really helps at times when I might be feeling overwhelmed is acceptance. Accepting that right there, right then, that uncomfortable feeling is going to be with me for a while. And for me, it's depression. For you, it could be something else. But we can go much deeper on hope. And there are a whole bunch of people, experts who are dedicating their careers to hope and hopefulness. And one is a friend of mine from the US called Catherine, and I'll put the links to her in the notes here. And she tells me that hope is both measurable, it's teachable. We can practice hope. We can have a hopeful practice. And she talks about a kind of shine methodology where, first of all, focus on the microphone is a bit erratic. I'll have to do a sort of boy band hold the mic type thing. So shine, where first of all focus on trying to manage the stress in our lives. So building up our stress skills. The H would be working on our happiness habits. So this is kind of getting you into a more hopeful way of thinking. The I is about inspired actions. So taking actions, setting goals to build your hope. The N would be nourishing your networks. And for me, that's absolutely crucial. I built hope by tapping into and leaning into my connections. I had a group of people that was super important to me. And then the E is kind of eliminate challenge. So this is kind of negative thought patterns, rumination, internalizing failure, self-limiting beliefs, that kind of stuff. So using kind of positive psychology to counter these internal challenges. So, I think all of that's well and good, and there's lots of good information you can find by following Catherine and others. But the message I'd give you is we can train ourselves to be more hopeful, and practicing hopeful thinking, particularly at a time when we're well. in those periods where the cloud lifts, if we're struggling, can be super helpful. But I'm going to repeat my previous message. The one thing I want you to take away from this, whatever you're feeling right now and over the coming weeks, is there is always hope. And I'm very hopeful that my microphone doesn't dip into the water like I'm about to. So I'm going to take it out. Thanks for watching these. It's fun doing them, and it gives me a little focal point of something that's a bit different in my life too, as well as getting the benefits of doing this. But I'm loving doing the recordings. My wife thinks that you're all bored of it already. But yeah, I'm going to keep going because I think we can. It's just a novel way to get a message out, right, in a freezing cold well. So, signing off for episode 6. Be hopeful, be well. Take care.